The American Center for Law and Justice has filed a federal lawsuit against the State Department for allegedly ignoring its Freedom of Information requests. The group is asking for records which show the steps the administration is now taking to respond to or stop the genocide. This comes in the wake of a horrific Associated Press survey documenting 72 separate mass graves in Iraq and Syria, holding as many as 15,000 ISIS victims. You know, as you look at the situation, we know, and I said the word genocide, we know that Secretary Kerry used that word more than a year ago now. It took the administration some time to get to genocide with regard to Christians in particular. Along with that is a moral, sometimes a military, oftentimes a policy-driven and diplomatic threshold that we have to meet that's different when you call something a genocide. Have we seen the steps that reflect that?
I don't think so. Right, and if so, what are they? We just had Secretary Kerry say the other day that the media would do the world a service if we focused less and reported less on terrorism. So I scratch my head sometimes listening to this administration. I mean, if in fact they are withholding FOIA documents or documents that have been FOIA'd, they should be held to account. The lawsuit should move forward. I mean, it's a punchline now, but supposedly the most transparent administration in human history almost never seems to be.
They were forced, basically, they were being forced to call it genocide against Christians. They did not, the administration was pushing back on that, and they were forced by all kinds of groups that were pressuring them, and finally they did it. There is no better example of what is happening in Iraq. By the way, sex slave girls, Christian Yazidi, as young as 9 years old. The media should also be held accountable. I have to go on to the British press and the European press to read these stories of atrocity, which, by the way, I force myself to do because it's hard. It's hard. I have little girls the same ages as these girls. I have to watch it because I cannot allow myself to think it's not happening and not try and do something. And this is another example of human rights abuses, all talk, no action from
You know what's really frustrating about this? We knew about these graves months ago because there were AP photographers and others who were describing the hair that was sticking up out of the ground in Syria. No, I'm going to say it.
Yeah,
like you say, we don't want to talk about it.
That's
part of